Did you know that Emilia once dreamed about the story of Alice in Wonderland? The truly shocking part isn't the dream itself, but its implications. I mean, why on earth would a citizen of an isekai world dream about a classic tale from our specific era and time? This is revealed once again in another obscure side novel. The story begins on a day when Subaru was busy narrating the classic tales of Hans Christian Andersen to Emilia. These stories completely captivated her, and as soon as Subaru left to continue his chores, she was overcome by exhaustion from her late-night studies and drifted off to sleep. When she woke up, she saw a version of Puck the size of a small child, walking upright on his hind legs. He was urgently checking an invisible watch on his wrist while expressing his great fear of being late for a vital commitment. It's said that Emilia tried to speak with him, but he simply replied that he couldn't talk to her right now because it would interfere with the pacing of the story. From there, the events of Alice in Wonderland proceeded as usual. Emilia fell into an abyss and arrived at a tiny house where she found a potion prepared by Anna Rose to shrink her size. But she also found a cake made by Clin that reversed the effects. While searching for Puck, she encountered a yellow-haired spirit who was smoking. Emilia told her she shouldn't do that, as Subaru often says that smoking stunts your growth. Bayako argued that smoking wasn't a privilege for children, but for adults like her. To which Emilia countered that it was actually childish for a child to pretend to be an adult, which naturally made Betty furious. Then Subaru arrived, or someone who looked like him, possessing a different name and appearance. Betty and Chesibaru got along terribly, though they understood each other deep down. Once Betty left, Chesibaru invited Emilia to a tea party. Upon entering another room, Emilia saw two more Subarus, who told Chesibaru that it was the first time he had ever brought someone to the party. They added that it made sense he hadn't brought anyone before, considering how boring he was. Feeling overwhelmed, Emilia decided to flee the building, sensing she couldn't possibly handle 3 Subarus at once. Later, she arrived at a castle where Betty was being judged for eating a cake. Emilia remembered that the cake she had eaten earlier was Clin's, so she intervened to state that it was her, not the little girl, who had consumed it. In response, the Queen Ram ordered Emilia's decapitation while Rem tried to change her mind. Instantly, the 3 Subarus arrived to plead for Emilia's innocence, and while all this was happening, dozens of Pucks dressed as soldiers descended to capture and imprison her. The dream finally ended when Emilia heard a voice calling her. It was Subaru, waking her up for dinner. Remembering Chesibaru's loneliness, Emilia told him that if he ever hosted a tea party one day, she would make sure to be there. It's curious that this novel places so much emphasis on the term tea party, because just a few episodes later, a certain witch would appear to organize tea parties where very important matters would be discussed. But that is a story you already know. Remember, I've started a series on cut content here on the channel.